Good afternoon, everybody, friends from all around the world. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely day. First of all, thank you to Ryan for the lovely, lovely raid. I love you. I appreciate you, my friend. Glad you're feeling better. Same with JTB over there. Glad you're not walking corpse no more. Also, thank you for the subby, babe. I appreciate you. Have a good lurk. Enjoy. Gary Asher, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you as well. Chris turned into a light. He's one of the hive mind now.
It's the Pixar lamp.
Okay, we've unhinged already. All right, let's lock in. All right.
If he's the Pixar lamp, you can call me an eye.
Oh, dear God. All right, so quick announcements.
Get it? Because he's going to smash me?
He's gonna bounce on you like the eye? Yeah, no, I get you. All right, okay. I'm gonna call it a day. Bye, everybody. Oh my God. We haven't had a game in 2 weeks. Like, we've missed 2 sessions, so they're getting it all out of their system now. And
I have an emo for this. Wait.
You do have an emo for this. If there's ever a perfect time. It's hard to see. I need to zoom in on it. Can I zoom your emote in my channel? Is that? I don't think I'm still subbed to you because you haven't streamed in 2 fucking
Because I haven't streamed in fucking ages.
You gotta get on that shit. You gotta get on it. We miss you. We miss you so much. So, couple quick announcements before we get into business for this evening. It's been a busy couple of weeks. Your boy got promoted. Work's been busy. It's been crazy. So we haven't been streaming as consistently as I wanted to. We did, however, decide that on the weekends I am working. So like once every 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing like 1 or 12:30, 1 a.m.-ish late night streams and be rocking some random games. I don't really know what. We did Knights of the Old Republic 2 this weekend. That was super fun. We got some good progress on that. 'Twas good times. Other than that, I'm going to be trying to work the morning schedule that I put out in the Discord into the routine a little as I settle kind of into the new work stuff. It's like all 4 to midnight shifts, except for 3 training shifts, which are at 8 a.m. And that just really fucks up your sleep schedule when you go from one extreme to the other. So we're going to be a little loopy for the next week or 2. But once that all settles down, you can expect everything to be back to normal, a little more consistency in all the adventures. And yeah, that's about it for me. I'm going to pass the floor on over to Ryan, who was lovely enough to raid us this evening. What do you got going on, my friend? You're also overlapping onto JTB a little bit. I fix.
You can overlap me anytime.
You got the word. I can't. I've got very little going on. Business as usual, finally, which is actually a wonderful thing to say considering it's been sickness all the time. So I've been just ramping back slowly, and it's been lovely.
You guys been sick for 2 weeks. Now you're coming back all horny and shit. God damn. I'm glad you're feeling
only way I know how to be.
Fair enough. Everyone go show some love to Ryan. If you didn't come over on the Purple House raid, go scoot on over there, put your name on the list, show some love to our boy. He got a shout out from Kayla up there, but I'm going to do the Rye command anyway. You can check out the link there or above. Show some love there. What about JTB? What you got going on, homie? How's the escape to Canada coming along?
So slowly working on escaping to Canada. That is...
I've started on a tunnel.
We're working on it.
Yeah, there's a tunnel under the apartment complex. They don't know about it yet, but it did cause a couple collapses, so we're
well, you gotta build an entire tube for getting through the lakes.
Yeah, like Futurama style.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking sending a salmon through a tube.
Go ahead.
Other than that, I'm just chilling. Schedule's being a little fucky. I'm trying to make things work. Make shit happen because some stuff behind the scenes. Other than that, I have started recording music stuff again until I lost my voice for 2 weeks. And you can catch those in the Discords, both at the Purple House and here at the Apothecary Discord, where I will be uploading anything to do with music and vocal covers to the music channel there.
Do it now. Go check it out. Go show some love. Also got a shout out right under the nipples right there. You can see them right there. I don't even need to do anything. What's up, Capstone? How's it going? welcome in. Also, hi Alice and Boom Boom. I appreciate you guys. KD, Kieran, everybody else, Aves, everybody. Chris, what about you? What do you got going on, homie?
Oh, not much. I'm just happy. I'm so happy that I drew a nice little happy face on the map. Super happy.
That's a nice happy face. As happy faces go. Mm-hmm. That's like a full-on.
I could almost smile.
That's like a full-on. That's like a full-on horizontal 11.
I could almost be smiling like this much.
I took your dick away. What are you gonna do about it?
Your penis privileges have been removed.
Your penis has been removed. Enjoy.
Well, I guess we found out the answer to the question. If
no, Ryan. No. TOS, Ryan. It's not, it's not terms of sucking. It's terms of service. Damn.
Tons of sucking. Tons of sucking.
I got nothing.
Fair.
Follow these beauties. Sub to them.
Follow Chris.
Donate all of your savings.
But Carl has disadvantage from Kieran. Yeah, we fucking deserve. Alright. If that is everybody. Oh, did we get an ope? Did I hear ope?
Yeah, I said ope because of the,
you
I
get
was
what you
committing
fucking
to the
deserve.
clip.
Oh! Yeah, I remember. I thought you also like spilled it. Oh no.
There's only one thing spilling on me currently.
Come.
Dog. What is fucking happening?
Just get it out of your system. Just get it out of your systems. Just 2 minutes. 2 minutes go.
Don't you worry, I only need 30
you
seconds.
Have abbreviated DGen hours starting now for the next 2 minutes.
I needed 3 letters.
Oh my god.
I only need 30 seconds to get what
I'm about to turn the cooldown on Redeemed Curse of Disadvantage off. Just so everyone can get a quick rate. That's the only way we know. Motherfucker. I don't even I wanted to focus. I came in here. I was like, it's been 2 weeks.
Made of fine brass. When a storm come around, he'd clack him around and lightning shoot out of his ass.
That's my next wizard.
I lost my U-Hood on an unfortunate smelting accident. Now you can shoot lightning at your asshole. How did we fucking get here? Oh my god.
Disadvantage everyone.
Disadvantage everyone. Yeah, I'm redeeming it right now. You all get a point of disadvantage on a roll of my choosing tonight. I will let you know when it is appropriate.
No, I rejected it as a mod.
Fine. Okay.
Okay, I'm done being a degenerate.
All right. You did have 2 minutes. 2 minutes is up. This is perfect. So, perfect timing. With that, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I see you. Beautiful, beautiful soul. I plan to use that to my advantage, of course. So, a quick recap from where we left off last week. The party, having decided that their best course of action was to pursue vengeance against the goblins who had attacked them on the road and took the life of the husband of your newfound ally, Ashlyn, who has recently taken up residence with you in exchange. You have given room and board in exchange for her carpentry services, from which she has already proven quite useful and rather handy. The party, tracing back their steps a little to the site of the ambush some time after, made their way through the forest and into the Festerwood deeper and deeper until they eventually came upon a goblin settlement. A small camp, it appeared at first, but as you took the time to scout around, you realized there were probably more goblins there than you initially thought. You decided to return to town and perhaps seek reinforcements that you might just have a little extra support in the fight to come. And that support would come in the form of Tiny Hands the Goliath, a rather lovely and friendly individual, which Vite Carl took an immediate disliking to, leaving the Rotting Timber Tavern in a hurry, and I believe turning into was it a crab or a scorpion? and hiding under
it was a
a,
crab.
I think it was a
Oh, it
scorpion.
was a scorpion, you're right,
Yeah, and hiding under a beach rock. Where the party couldn't find him to hide his shame, having been shamed by a Lady Goliath who not only was traditionally marked in the way of your people, but also stood a good inch or two taller than you, which you took rather personally. The rest of the party, however, immediately took...
Magic Goliath.
They were a magic Goliath, which was not revealed until later on when Friends was cast upon you, and upon realizing that, you had yet another existential crisis. They were kind of lining them up for you, really. The rest of the party, however, took a immediate liking to Tiny Hands, and when you realized that your quests actually aligned more or less, you formed your first alliance of the campaign and actually decided to bring some along with you on your adventure. Where Gustav had mostly spent his time in and around your home as a house guest, this is the first time you've actually ventured out into the depths with a new adventurer. Things seemed to go well at first until you realized that Tiny Hands, perhaps not as familiar with the area as she perhaps led on, had gotten you somewhat turned around and lost deep within the Festerwood Forest in the middle of the winter snows. However, Dusty, adept in such areas of exploration, managed to find your way back to the southern side of the goblin camp you had found previously. You found it much busier than you had left it. The sound of raucous goblin partying coming from within, seemingly celebrating their recent successes. You decided to take the stealthy approach and together, splitting up, made your way around the encampment, taking out the guards as you did so. Tiny Hands doing so a little more, what's the word I'm looking for here? Publicly, but not quite. It was more like no one's alive to call out, so I'm stealthing type thing, but it worked. And effectively, you gained the upper hand on the goblins outside of the cave. And instead of rushing in, as you might have done in the past, you decided to lay an ambush and perhaps try to draw the enemy out to you with a little help from Veit Carl the Druid, who turned into a wolf. Was it a wolf? I believe it was a big wolf. Turned into a... C'est vrai. Turned into a wolf.
Very frosty-looking wolf.
Oh, you turned into the winter wolf. This is true. Turned into a very white-furred wolf and bound into the cave at full speed while your party set an ambush using a few barrels of what appeared to be a flammable liquid and some well-placed spells. You rushed into the cave, immediately met with resistance from the goblins within, and only narrowly managed to escape with your life after hearing arrow after arrow smacking into the walls and other things around you. You did manage to make your escape, and as the party awaited for your ambush to be sprung, the goblins emerged. You caused an absolute scene of chaos, lighting everything in a 20-foot vicinity on fire and proceeding to blast every single goblin that came out of that cave out of existence in a most glorified fashion. Tiny Hands herself stepping up to the plate and even ensuring a little bit that Veit Carl was not trapped in the cave on the attempt for his escape. Oh, I thought you broke your fan for a second there. I was devastated.
It'd
I
be
see.
falling to pieces.
It's okay. We'll get you a new one. We'll do after the Ramathon, which I believe went well.
Fanathon,
We'll do a
baby.
fanathon. That's
The
what I'm talking.
fanathon.
The fanathon. We
The
can
fanny-thon.
everyone fan Ryan.
I like the fanny-thon.
So, as you all stood victorious over the bodies of your now dispatched foes, you and Tiny Hands all stand on the field of victory. The cave now empty before you. Whatever treasures lie within still yet to have been unexplored, still yet to have been explored. What would you all like to do? Tiny Hands just begins kind of cleaning off her weapons a little bit and kind of just taking in the surrounding area. What do you guys all want to do?
I think Dusty just kind of kneels down, kind of pats the ground in front of him towards Violet to make her come to him, as he's just, hell yeah, girl, you did it! There you go!
Violet kind of bounds through the kind of rock and snow that's kind of jumbled up here, kind of just bounding a few feet at a time towards you, and then curling up your leg and running up your back as she usually does, and kind of just coiling up onto your shoulder, nuzzling into the fur on your cheek a little as she does so. Your tiny little amethyst dragon, growing quite a bit day by day, a little faster than you perhaps were expecting. Already weighing a little bit more than when she first hatched.
You're getting a little bit heavy.
She just nuzzles up against you a little harder, and you feel the kind of amethyst spines along her back digging into your cheek just a little bit.
Well, how's everybody doing? Everybody all right?
I'm coming back around from being up top the cliff. Oh yes, just great. I didn't take a scratch that fight. You all did great.
I'm pretty much unscathed.
I'm like licking a little bit of blood off of my fur, but I'm mostly just sitting next to Tiny Hands watching them, just making sure they're okay.
She finishes cleaning off her weapons, puts them away, gives you a little scritch on the head. Thank you for helping Tiny Hands. I go find my friends. Bring them here.
Sounds
yes,
good. We'll sort through whatever they stole from everybody.
She nods, good. Good luck. See you soon. She goes to leave, and as she kind of goes around the cliff, she turns back, just pops her head back around. Leave treasure for us. Just a little bit. And just kind of skips out and around and vanishes into the forest quite stealthily again, kind of just passing behind a tree, and as she does so, just never appearing out the other side at all.
That is
Big Carl
most
just kind of
impressive.
like pulls themselves out of the face of the white wolf and just, I give a.
Oh, all right.
It was good to meet you. He just kind of starts scurrying over. Okay.
See from behind a tree up top, she just pops out. You too. Skips off into the forest.
Oh, all right. Well, all things considered, I think that went well.
Oh, I agree.
Right. Sure. Yeah. They were very strange.
Now they're very dead. Oh, you mean a friend?
Yeah, the
Okay,
goblins,
goblin.
of course. Yeah, they were little degenerates. But my goodness, the Goliath. My God, Tiny Hands.
I've never seen someone so large move so quietly.
They
Right.
they did good work. I mean, I could have done without the head scritches myself. Would have been preferred, but
They kind of grow
you win
on
some, you lose some.
Kind of grow on you.
Someone named Tiny Hands. Good God, the mitts on that person. Jesus.
Yes, that seems more like some sort of euphemism to me. Didn't really. make
Right?
sense, did it?
Yeah. I wonder if it's like a joke. They seemed like they like jokes. We need to meet them again. I'm not. We're not done with them.
No,
I imagine not. They'll be living here, so they're gonna be like close-ish. We could visit.
Tiny Hands like the male porn star.
Wait.
You would
Is there
know who
actually a
Tiny
male
Hands
porn star named Tiny
Oh,
Hands?
is. A
no.
giant tiger tattoo on his chest. That's like his big
Oh my god.
covered. He's actually a musician. I follow him on Instagram.
And he's also.
Nice.
He's a really good guitar player.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
shit.
he's a really good porn star.
You would know who that is, Kayla. You fucking would.
What's that at? Just so we know.
Look him up. You might enjoy. You might be a fan. You might be a fan.
God
All
damn.
right. Well, let's.
Guys, my girlfriend watches
go.
porn.
Cool girlfriend.
Oh, Christ, come on.
No, this one. That's the right.
Oh God.
No, I thought it was like this.
Okay. Okay, we're never
I mean-
going. Oh my lord, we're never going 2 weeks without a game again. You fuckers
I
need to
mean,
get this out
listen,
weekly.
You gotta watch them. They're talented people. They're doctors, teachers, fucking astronauts. They're really
Johnny
good at everything.
Sins has had an entire smorgasbord of
They're
careers.
teachers, they're bakers, they're candlestick
Teacher,
makers.
astronaut. Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm leaving.
Oh, everybody should go watch Lemon Stealing Whores. It's the funniest porn intro of all time. No cap.
I'm
Anyway.
good. I'm good. I'm good. We've
Really? Right in front of my salad.
there's the line. Oh my god.
No, actually, no one's naked in the intro.
Oh, that's good. That's rare for a porno. That's really rare for a porno.
Anyway,
guys, we have lost the plot.
Oh, sorry.
We have lost the plot.
I'm gonna go into the cave.
Listen,
Fair.
we're basically a porn now.
That's what the Goliath
No
markings
plot.
were.
It's gone.
They're all tiger shaped.
I mean, we do at some point need to know if my penis works or not.
Come here, big boy. Take a ride on the Coral Express.
I left.
The DM has left the chat.
Oh god. I hate all of you.
You don't have any hair.
God.
Wait till I get my paw. You.
I fucking hate it here. The furries are in the building. What the fuck?
Oh no.
Yeah, usually I'm very pro homosexuality, but like, guys, we've taken it too far. We've gone too far.
Reverse.
Rudy Vance.
The limit does not exist.
Back it up, Terry.
Oh my god. All right.
Hold the hammer.
This is why we all play D&D on webcam, hundreds of miles away from each other. Well, not everyone, just from JTB, 'cause, y'all beat all of
You'll do it right now.
All right, let's lock back in. So,
Can't wait for the ERP OnlyFans game in person when I get there.
that's gonna be sick. We're gonna make a fucking fortune. So, as Tiny Hands makes her stealthy and quiet exit. Hello, nerd. You just missed it. Tiny Hands had a nice little goodbye, gave some scritches to White Carl, and went off to find her goblin family. Then we got really unhinged. We've been streaming for 35 minutes,
It got
and
so
we
funny.
have not done shit. We have not done fucking anything. We are in the
I
exact
went
same
from
place we
off the cliff to the bottom of the cliff.
Yeah, Chris went up to down. That's it. That's all that happened. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you again for joining us last week. I'm very excited to be playing D&D with you tomorrow. Cannot wait. I will be there. I even took an early shift at work, so I can still work and still make your stream. So if y'all want to check out some streams, go to Nerd's stream tomorrow night. Can't remember exactly what time it is. I was going to double check that with you after the stream. Let me know, and yes, I will be there on time with my best fancy clothes on. Okay, Ryan's just losing it. I do like that though. Oh my god. 8:30. Okay, so 9:30 p.m. my time. That's actually doable. That's manageable. Alrighty. So, as Tiny Hands makes her valiant exit into the forest to go find her goblin family and bring them back to this small kind of hollow, this small cave that has been, eroded here over time, to establish as a small goblin settlement, seemingly on your front lawn, literally neighbors, just a few minutes walk away. Not too bad at all. Maybe like an hour, I think total it was. So as you guys all stand there in the clearing, Xechas, you said you wanted to go into the cave.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking around,
Okay.
seeing
Alright.
valuables.
Fair.
I'm gonna take my time.
Are you looting any of the goblins out here?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do that first. I'm gonna kind of pull them all into a pile and loot them.
Okay. You just go over and start hauling all the bodies together. There was, I believe, 5 of them. You find a collection of short bows on the archers, so there were 3 of those. You find a number of just jagged, rusty short swords that the other goblins were carrying. Daggers that are very similar in construction, just a little smaller, similarly jagged and rusty and not particularly well taken care of. You find altogether a measly 4 gold pieces and 8 copper pieces between the lot of them. It seems like whoever their leader was inside had a rather large hoard and didn't carry it all on his person. Though when you do loot the leader, you do find a pretty decent collection of jewelry. I'd say you find a total of 4 rings and a necklace, totaling maybe 100 gold worth if you sold it to the right person and negotiated a little bit. Somewhere between 90 and 100.
Sorry, say. Okay. Gotcha.
4 rings, 1 gold necklace. There's a couple like sapphire inlay in a couple of the rings, but other than that, nothing too fancy or anything about them. He seems just like a pretty common looking goblin crime boss. Seems to lead this small enclave of goblins that lived here. And you kind of...
Was he brandishing any kind of a magical weapon? Or magical looking weapon?
No,
okay.
Just kind of basic, similar that everyone else had. You do see there's been poison or some kind of residue that's been coated along the blade. Not the same as they do to their arrows.
Okay.
It smells acrid and kind of earthy, but it is not what you initially thought it was. Yes, Dusty.
Do any of the goblins out here look like the one that fled?
Roll me a shit. Say straight wisdom check for that one, just to remember that.
Roll me a shit.
Great
Roll me a
wisdom.
shit. Roll me a shit right now, sir.
It's 12.
Okay. You do see that goblin. He was fighting next to the leader when the fire went off. He was one of the ones who was pretty badly burned, but a bit of the face remains enough that you can kind of make out the scar over the eye that just kind of stands out as familiar to you. A little bit of the grin that was left there, kind of a shit-eating grin on his face at all times. Looks like he was burnt up pretty bad.
Dusty's gonna drag him off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna pat the pack on him.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and eat up. This one's already partially cooked.
The Violet runs out of your bag over your shoulder and down, takes one bite out of the goblin and just spits it out on the ground. Kind of runs back up your thing and nuzzles against you. Did not like the taste at all. Not really a fan.
Yeah, I figured he tastes like shit.
They have more discerning tastes. I love it.
This one was a coward to begin with.
Fair. She just
Maybe
nuzzles
they can
up
taste
to you.
that
And
in the meat.
the cowardice seeps in when they run. Violet just makes her way back into your backpack and nuzzles herself into her little nook as she has so many times in the past. Seems like she's already feasted plenty. Okay. You make your way down in the cave. It's about 5 feet wide at its thinnest point, not particularly spacious. The roof isn't overly tall, so you kind of have to hunch if you're above, I'd say, like 5'9", like average height. So anyone taller than that's kind of going in at a bit of a crouch. And as you make your way down, you come to a site that's
lit by torches.
Yes, there are torches inside. There's even a couple small campfires burning. You see the smoke for it kind of going up into the cave and just kind of disappearing into some of the cracks in the ceiling above. Not sure where that is ending up, but it is kind of just making its way out of the cave via natural ventilation. There's some candles on the tables, and you see what appears to be a pretty sizable goblin encampment / horde. They have a number of tents that are mostly just there to kind of keep the moisture from dripping off the roof onto them while they sleep. Nothing like open, like not like a completely covered tent. It's more of just a lean-to to keep any excess moisture off of them. There's a sizable amount of food, and along the southern wall there is just a stockpile of different goods that they have ransacked and taken from other villagers, including an entire cart, to which you do not see any kind of animal that would have been able to pull it.
Well, it
cart's
seems
just
like there's
littered with
more than
arrows.
enough.
Yeah, there's a bunch of arrows just dunk 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 dunk.
I think there's a
Sticking
hand
in
axe in there too.
Yep. There's like a couple I believe there's some goblin blood smeared around as well. I think he bit one of them. Yeah, it looks like you can kind of see the path of where the giant wolf White Wolf Carl made his way into this hideout and rampaged about before making his valiant escape.
It seems as if there's plenty of food in here that Violet will actually like. I'm going to go check out the loot in the back corner there.
Yeah, I guess we gotta decide what all we're gonna be leaving. Probably should leave some food.
Looking about, you do see a number of the crates have been like torn open and utterly ransacked already. Some are still left more or less untouched, some half full. It looks like the goblins have kind of been surviving off the food that they've been looting off of people traveling on the road here. But there is easily enough for a small tribe of goblins to survive quite some time, even with you guys taking a fair share for yourselves. It's more a matter of how you would get it all out of here.
You don't really need much of the food. I can fit still a very large amount into my bag, but definitely not all that's here. There's way, way more than I think we can take, which is good.
Any chance you can turn into some kind of horse or mule?
If we take a small breather, absolutely. I just need to gather myself really quickly.
We could just rest here for the night. It wouldn't be too terrible.
Oh yeah.
True.
Tiny Hands is lurking around. That's great security detail.
Never go wrong with Tiny Hands.
I suppose if they show up while we're resting, it'd make it a little easier to split everything with them here.
Also
If not, then we just leave what we can, take the rest.
Word? Up to you guys.
Cool.
Oh, thank you, Randy.
Yes.
What's up, Mama?
Let's do that. Let's stay here and spend another night in the woods. It makes me feel like I'm at home, really. So honestly, yeah.
Okay. I think I've seen. God damn it, Kayla.
Kayla.
Don't worry about,
You are so lucky. I love you right now.
I'll be sure that if anything happens, I'll wake both of you up.
Fair.
Very well.
Okay. There are a number of kind of like bedrolls out. There's also a pile of gold and loot up in the corner that I believe Xechasmeno, you said you wanted to go check out as well.
It's pretty late at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, you guys.
What time did we get here?
You traveled to town, slept, met Tiny Hands in the morning, did a bit of shopping, got lost. Yeah, so it'd probably be early evening by this point, not too late. Like, you guys had plenty of time to enjoy yourselves for a little bit around the fire or whatever before you rested if you wanted to. Scout the area, hunt for food, whatever you like.
I don't think we need to do a whole lot of hunting. We got food here. I'm probably just gonna chill out for the most part. Maybe go set up a rudimentary trap, like a snare or something.
Fair.
So I'll take some rope and set up like a small snare.
Just to trap somebody in case they can't.
Yeah, specifically for like goblins. Like
Fair.
real tiny.
Fair.
Small game, if you will.
Okay, sounds good. I will say roll me a basic survival check for that one. That one's pretty easy to do. While the rest of you make yourself comfortable, Xechasmeno, you go over, to the treasure pile while Dusty makes his way up, and you kind of set a snare up just around the kind of right here. This I'm in draw mode, my bad. This this part here where they'd have to come around the barricade there, so you can quite see what it is. You set it up there and hope that that'll be sufficient. With that roll, I will say the trap is going to be A, hard to see, and B, quite effective if someone stumbles into it. What's up, Hellscorp? Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're feeling good. Meanwhile, Xechasmeno. You go over, there's a pile of coins, kind of just mismatched, not like organized in any particular way, just kind of piled into the corner, and a chest next to it that is appears to be locked. It is closed, and there is a large iron lock on it that looks not as bad as some of the other locks you've encountered so far. Like, this actually looks pretty sturdy. Like at one point, it was probably a pretty good quality lock and has over the years degraded to like a decent quality, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try and pick that.
Okay. Thieves' tools with your dexterity and your proficiency, please. I need to add a custom roll for that on your sheet.
Yeah, I know.
Super easy. Takes like 3 seconds.
12. And then do I have any of the things left?
I don't know.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Just 12.
So as you kind of put your lockpicking tools in, you can try to feel your way around. You can feel the pins, but they're rusty and they're old and they just don't give the way you want them to, and you can't quite get the last couple to slot into place, and you're unable to open the lock so far.
Okay. Do I have an idea of oh no, I can't do that.
Yeah, you were close. You can feel that you were close. It was just those last 2 pins, like those last little bit you couldn't quite get open.
Okay.
What's up, Professor? Welcome in. How you doing, Mama Bear?
Yeah, I'll try again. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna look for a key.
Okay, go ahead and try one more time. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Easily
24.
done. This time you kind of get your lockpicking tools into the slot again. This time that last pin gives you just a little bit of resistance. You push just a little harder, risking breaking the pin. You feel it flex, and then bing, pop, just ever so smoothly into place. The lock pops open. Okay. As you pop open the chest, I need you to go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Uh-oh.
The one I was thinking this whole time.
You think the goblin gang leader's not gonna trap his personal chest of goodies? Like, come on.
11?
Not quite. As you throw open the chest, you needed a 12. You just throw the lid open and you look as this small hand crossbow that's been rigged to fire just shoots a dart straight up into your chest. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. Is this poison?
Barrow.
It is, in a matter of speaking, yes, it is poison.
Okay. So
You take 1 point of piercing damage, by the way. It mostly hits your armor, and only just gets
20.
through, and you do not suffer any negative effects from the fouled arrow, but there is just 1 point of damage as it just digs into your flesh enough to stick there, and you kind of have to pop it out, but not deep enough.
Hit me right in the nipple.
Well,
Grab.
you're the edgelord of the party, and nipple piercing seems pretty on brand.
We like to call that a goblin titty twister.
I'm not a fan. I'd rip the little fucking hand crossbow, throw it on the ground.
Yeah, it's pretty shoddy. Like even that one time firing, the string itself is kind of like no longer, like it doesn't have any tautness to it at all. It was just held in that position for so long.
It's like a mini hand crossbow.
Yeah, basically. You do look inside, and counting all of the gold pieces together would probably take you most of the night while the party goes to sleep. But there's a substantial amount of money.
Might do that.
You see 2 potions, kind of a reddish, kind of pearlescent, glittery color. You recognize a potion of healing when you see one. You see 2 bottles of kind of greenish-looking, almost swamp watery looking liquid. It has kind of this viscosity to it. You're not sure what it is, but you're fairly... Yeah, go ahead.
I'm an alchemist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pop the cap open and just dip my... No, I'll give it a waft. If it seems like it's not caustic, I'll dip my pinky in it and give it a little taste to see if I can figure out what it is.
Go ahead and roll me... I want to say nature? Because it's a natural thing. No, this is not a magical potion.
Magical? This
is not a potion. This is just a vial of liquid.
Oh, nature, okay.
What's up, Tarek? Welcome in, buddy.
Oh, nope, no clue. Never seen this in my life.
You kind of like sniff it. Smells just like earthy water a little bit, but there's like kind of a acrid aftertaste on the back of your palate. You dip your finger in it and try to lick it and taste, and your tongue goes immediately numb. Like the entire thing just at once.
That heaven is heaven.
There you go. Now we have Jar Jar Binks in the party. Great. Awesome. Yeah, your entire mouth just begins to tingle and go entirely numb. You swallow a little bit and your esophagus at the same time begins to numb on the way down. You can communicate.
I'd probably bite my tongue.
Not so well at that point. You can surmise that this is some kind of naturally occurring venom and or poison of some kind based on the effect it is currently having on you, and
I'm resistant, so
based on the numbness and lack of control you're feeling, it's maybe some kind of either paralytic or just really strong poison that would severely affect the body. We got D100. I'm gonna count that as the weather check while you guys are camping, by the way.
I'm just gonna kind of put those 2 potions on a table, and if either of them are watching me, I'll just kind of point to the green one and be like,
Points to the green potion. Right. You find a bushel of arrows kind of kicking around near the chest as well. Looks like a pretty sizable amount. Some in good shape, others not so much. In the chest, you also find a diamond, a couple onyx, each worth 50 gold pieces. The diamond's worth 75, approximately, just again based on size. And you find a just very small leather scroll case that is currently closed. I thought I turned off my work chat. Nope, it's just sealed.
Okay.
Like it's just got a normal topper on it.
I'm gonna look to see if that fucker did anything to this.
Okay.
I pop the top off of
Investigation check, go ahead.
Yeah, 23.
You examine it, you kind of turn it in your hands whatever way you can. You give it just a little faint shake by your ear and don't hear anything that sounds out of place or out of the ordinary. Pop the lid off.
Figure out what they are.
And inside there is just a single coil, like rolled up piece of paper that you pull out, and it is 100% most recognizably a spell scroll. Though of what, you're not sure.
Can I decipher the glyphs just by reading it, or will this take more of an identify type of thing?
Probably leaning towards identify, but if you get a high enough roll, I'll say sure. Give it a shot. You're trained in magic, you know arcane sigils.
I do. No, I don't think that's high enough.
Not quite, but you know it is something that is reasonably powerful. It's definitely not a cantrip.
Can I determine the school of magic with a 14?
Not quite. Say it's first level or above.
So it's okay, cool.
It's a leveled spell of some kind. You might have to spend more time with it.
Did you say there was any gold in the chest?
No, all the gold is just kind of piled next to it. It seems like he was just keeping like valuable personal belongings in there. I believe that is it. While you're going through all that, rest of the party, anything you'd like to do before sleepy time? Dusty, you said you kind of wanted to chill. What does that look like? As you guys are kind of waiting, by the way, with just, I picked whatever, whoever rolled a percentile first, you hear the winds outside the mouth of the cave begin to kind of pick up, and this kind of faint whistling ever so slightly begins to drift in and out of the cave, creating this kind of eerie sound effect amid the just dripping going from above. Every now and again it just kind of kicks up outside. You pop up to take a look and you see the snow just blowing across the entrance of the cave, almost horizontally at this point. Like it is blowing around hard and kind of spiraling about in the middle of the kind of hollow where this cave is located. Looks like a decent sized winter storm has blown in tonight.
As far as me chilling, I think I'm gonna go over to the supplies.
Okay.
And kind of sift through, find something to start like warming up.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Very low DC.
Investigating!
Oh, DM, real quick before I forget, I'm gonna put those rings aside specifically and ask, goddamn, I have my book somewhere. Our friend, if any of those are hers that got stolen.
Okay. Alrighty. Dusty.
It's a 9.
Kind of go through and you're looking for like any good high quality fresh food that might be left. Unfortunately, it looks like they got to the bulk of it, but you do find some like leftover vegetables that haven't quite rotted yet. They look like they would be decent enough to make some kind of stew. You do find some like dried salted meat that you could probably add into the broth and rehydrate a little to add some flavor. There's enough there that you could make a decent, hearty, warm meal for you and your companions. It may not be the most flavorful, but it'll be hearty and it'll be filling.
Fair enough.
You also find a barrel of cheap wine.
Oh shit!
Do with that, like a full-size barrel, like an actual wine barrel, and it is loaded on the cart. And next to it, kind of tucked up into the back, you do find 3 bundles of just assorted furs that have been taken and not yet processed or anything, and were being brought in to be processed when they were taken. You would, I'd say, based on your experience here, this is kind of your profession, is hunting and capturing animals and furs. You'd say each bundle is probably about 25 gold a piece, just based on how you trade it. So, sizable amount there alone. Yeah, that's about it. And for the stew, I'll say roll me a... are you proficient in cook's tools and stuff?
No.
Just a basic survival check.
Basic as it
It's a
gets.
straight up survival stew. It's not about flavor, it's just about surviving.
We just want to live here.
We just
As
want to...
basic as can be.
This is base stew made by Chris.
Are we counting this as a wooded area? If so, that's
It is in a wooded.
11.
It is in a wooded hollow, wooded glen in the middle of the
you're in a
Festerwood
cave.
forest, but you are in a cave. What do you think, chat? You know what? I'm going to donate my advantage to you on this roll.
Heads or tails?
There you go.
Let's go.
You take my
How
advantage.
benevolent.
It's always heads, by the way. Thank you for wasting my natural or my advantage
It is heads.
that
You're
Kieran gave me.
welcome.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Appreciate you so much. You find a bottle of water, or like a one of the barrels full of water. You fill a pot with it, throw the vegetables in, throw in the dried meat, and just put it on the fire to boil. Nothing else. It is just water, meat, and veggies. There's like no seasoning, no extra, no potatoes, nothing. No taters. It's just bland ass stew. And after about, I'd say probably an hour of just getting camp ready and comfortable, you let the stew simmer. It kind of thickens over time, though not as much as you would have hoped. And you are left with just a wholly bland post-Soviet era Cold War meal type deal shit. It's fucking rough, dude.
All right, y'all. I
It's
think
not
this
good.
is done over here.
Wristy
I
tongue.
like to call this the shit thrown into a pot.
This is the old shit in a pot.
I'm not breathing, so I can't smell anything.
It smells fine. It just kind of smells like
I wouldn't
boiling water with a little bit of salted meat in it. I guess, you know, the salt and the meat kind of did a little bit for the vegetables. It's
Okay,
just,
yeah, sure.
it's not doing much. Let's go, Stormy, with that sub. Yeah, I appreciate you.
Hey!
21 months.
Let's go.
Jesus, that's a long
But
time.
I've literally told you that I don't need to eat ever.
Yes, this is true. You do not need to eat. It's literally hot dog water. It's hot dog water with a little bit of like cabbage and stuff in it. I appreciate you, Stormy. Thanks for showing some love. If you haven't already, y'all go love Stormy. We're having rough times today. Yep. So you invite Carl consume the plain ass stew, or are you alone in this one?
I'm eating some. Fucking.
Same.
Okay. It is filling, it is flavorless, and it is bland. And yeah, you go to sleep and a little bit disappointed with your lack of meal. The wine, however, is cheap, flows very well, and is, well, seemingly limitless between the two of you.
This is very More wine, please. Thank you. Lovely. This tastes like it needs more wine. That's what I meant to say. Haha. Yeah.
Yep.
So, Tiny Hands was fun, huh? Fuck.
Rough.
What a very interesting individual. From the corner as I'm counting coins.
What was that?
Oh, never mind.
So, hold on, I'm munching down on stew here. You're gonna have to speak up.
Clunk,
These
clunk,
carrot
clunk,
pieces
clunk,
are
clunk.
so hard, they crunch still. I don't know if they're supposed to... It's like eating a bowl of cereal. This is like Crispix.
All right, listen. Next time,
It's
you
good.
sit over the pot.
It's
and
good.
you cook the carrots.
I like crunch. It reminds me I'm alive. That crunch.
Dusty bites into one of the carrots, goes,
Yeah.
Like a deafening crack. It echoes.
Just throughout the cave, along with the hollow, echoing wind that just through the cave every now and again.
Y'all think this place might be haunted? I bet a lot of things have died in this cave.
You look around on the floor and you see just a number of scattered bones of different varieties, mostly animal in nature, but you definitely pick out a couple human ones here or there. Some that look like they've been here for quite some time, like perhaps an animal lived here at one point and, left behind some, whereas the others look a little fresher.
Are the human bones, do any of them have a skull with them?
Yeah.
Cool. Xechas thinks that's neat.
Is
Yeah.
it bad that we're just now
Just-
noticing the bones?
They're not everywhere. They're just kind of scattered
Are
about.
we desensitized? We might be desensitized.
we
Oh,
quite
We
literally,
exploded once.
yeah, we burnt goblins to a crisp right outside.
this is true. We're allowed
The
to have a
bones are
moment.
very little on my mind.
You know what? Yeah, we've got bigger fish to fry. For sure, for sure. I still feel like we should have maybe noticed them for a second. No? Okay. Oh, that one's got a big skull, and I just go, look at this.
He really does,
Son
doesn't
of-
he?
I put it next to mine. Son of a bitch! Dude's got a
Impressive.
massive cranium. Look at the, oh my god, I can
As you
fit
kind
my
of hold
whole,
it up and shake it around, the jaw just like falls open.
I rip it off and I'm trying to put it on as a helmet.
A dude's head?
Does it look intimidating?
What the hell do
Does
you
it
think
fit
that
the-
was?
I mean, yes, actually.
It just
It
like
looks
the
intimidating.
it just sits right on top, the top teeth, kind of going right down onto the forehead.
You know what would be real intimidating about that, Vicar?
What?
If you use that as a cup, clean it out, use it as a cup, drink from it from now on. That'd make people think twice, probably.
I think you might be right on that one. Yes, and I'm
You
just
don't
gonna
do what
sit-
I am.
This was a
Bit shining
person
it.
once. This was a people. This was a people.
Sunrise, sunset.
So were millions of others, God. Shut up.
Listen, God.
I did not have make a skull cup on my fucking bingo card today.
I
You
pour
gave
my
us a
hot dog
perfectly
water.
good cup here.
In the first session of the last campaign on your bingo cards, either. Deal with
No, but like this is now the second time we've engaged in borderline cannibalism. It's not okay.
We're not
This is
eating them.
cannibalism adjacent.
There's still chunks on the skull.
I said
Everyone's
clean
cleaning
it.
them.
There's like a little bit of hair stuck on top of one of the parts, just like still.
I said it needed some
Yoink.
maintenance.
It's fine. If I eat enough hot vegetable water out of it, it'll disinfect it, I'm sure.
The little bits of leftover, human viscera adds a bit of a coppery taste to the meaty salt water.
All right, now it's cannibalism.
Now it's cannibalism.
I think the brain does something good to the. We gotta remember this. Someone write this recipe down. Oh.
I can't believe we're disrespecting this person by putting hot dog water in them.
And I can't believe you were gonna waste a perfectly good bowl on the ground. It's wasteful. Oh.
Someone roll me a survival check or nature check. Nature check.
Oh. Nature.
I am a 9 rolling
You
fucking
rolled
machine
nothing
today.
but 9. Okay, Xechas is the only one who picks up on it. This was definitely like a humanoid skull. It's not like goblin. This was definitely like a person at one point or another. Based on the size, perhaps a Goliath or a really big human.
That's fitting.
Dad?
Vite Coral, you don't want to be doing that.
Hi, Pixie
trust me.
Sticks, welcome in. Oh no.
And I'm gonna kind of like reach for it and just take it from him.
Do you give
There's
away?
gonna be a moment where I
Time
pull
for the
away,
cannibalism.
but then I'm like,
If you,
Okay.
this could potentially kill you, trust me.
you know what? Xechas, I do trust you. And that should
might
mean a
want to
lot. I barely trust myself. Haha! I hand it over.
You might want to throw up as well.
Oh! Interesting. Okay, I take the back
Maybe
end of
outside.
my hand axe and shove it down my throat immediately.
Okay.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw. Sorry, Pixie Sticks. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for swinging by for the first time.
Juan did it, okay?
This is your body's
I'm a mod.
natural
I saw first time
response.
chat, and yet I still did that. I'm
You
so
did.
sorry.
You saw first time chat, and you still did it. And you failed your save, which is good because if you
Welcome in,
succeeded,
bro.
you would have had to keep trying until you got it. So you just watch as Vite Carl goes over to a corner, jams his hand axe down his throat. Which, I mean, hey, sure, why not? And then pukes his guts out. All of the meat-flavored hot dog water.
It needs to be something big. My gag reflex is banging, y'all.
Okay, so Vite Carl is officially gay. It's good to know.
Three fingers.
Or at least bi. One or the other. He's either...
Mostly just talented.
So bi. That's what you're saying. You're bi.
Dusty's looking over there like, that's like 4 inches too much.
Okay.
Just showing off.
Zeha, I don't know, Red. It's been unhinged since the start. We really haven't done anything, but we're having fun, and that's what matters.
Vite
Zehas,
Carl not get prion disease, okay?
no. You puke your guts out. Zehas, you return to counting your money, and we are rolling on to the next day because you fuckers
hold
are
on.
losing. No, you've lost.
I wanted to look at this.
You've lost privileges. You've lost
I
privileges.
cast alarm
No
around
mo.
the cave entrance before.
Okay.
Look at the weapon.
So you have a alarm spell and a trap set up as Dusty makes his way over to what appears to be a weapons cache in the corner. It's not safe. It's not safe. I feel bad. I would not blame any first-time chatter for never coming back. At all. So you go over to the weapons. You find a collection of different weapons in various forms of quality, I would say. Some appear to be like farmers' weapons, like sickles, and very basic stuff that is more used to work the fields than defend yourself with. You do find a couple basic spears, a couple long swords, some short swords, 3 bows, and then just at the bottom, kind of tucked away, just barely hidden away, you kind of squirreled away. You push over some of the weapons to find it and pull out just a small dagger that doesn't appear magical in nature or anything, but you notice the hilt has like an empty slot in it that looks like a small vial or something could perhaps be placed into it, and you notice there's just like a thin hollow point coming out to the end of the blade.
Well, that's interesting. I'm gonna put that
Even chat's
dagger.
unhinged. Chat's fucking lost it too. It's fine.
The Diddy dagger.
Oh my god.
Oh no,
Oh no, 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 no.
I'm gonna do that. Out of the bows that are there, are they all just short bows? Like, is there?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't want to be here anymore. You're the DM now. You take over. I quit. I retire.
I find a plus 17 longbow.
Oh fuck!
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing. No, the bows all appear to be. Oh yeah, there is one longbow in the set. Looks decent quality, nothing too fancy.
Nice.
But appears sturdy, formidable, and will not.
I take the crossbow I've been carrying because it's all raggedy from one of the goblins. Toss it on the pile, and I just grab the longbow.
Yep.
Take it.
Yep, it's currently unstrung. You do find a number of bowstrings kind of wrapped up in the bottom of one of the barrels as well. Take that and just sing the bow staff over your shoulder. For now, until it is strung again, that does function as a staff as well. Because it is basically as tall as you, just a little bit shorter. Sturdy
Until we get my suppressor online, I have to use something else.
That's true. You motherfuckers. So, the dagger, though, you keep on yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys go about the rest of your business for your evening's rest. Tuck yourselves in for your sleep for the night. Xechas, you stay up for a little bit counting the rest of your gold. And you, by the end of your tally, find you have 806 copper pieces. Not as good as you were hoping for with the eyebrows, but it's still good. 806 copper, 332 silver pieces, and 278 gold pieces. You don't know how much of that belonged to Ashlyn, the person who sent you on this voyage, but you do know she said she had a sizable amount of funds on her.
Just kind of straight up ask her.
Fair? Yeah, which would explain the sizable amount of treasure here. Divvy that up however you please. Settle in for your 4 hours of rest, and, wake the following morning. The storm outside seems to have calmed down, and you all awaken to just a somewhat colder cave than you left, the fires having burned down from the evening, Xechas keeping them alive until you took your 4 hours of semi-meditation, I guess, as a half-elf. And just kind of got colder in the evening. You all awaken. Violet's already made her way out of your backpack, Dusty, and is kind of rummaging through some of the crates in the corner looking for her breakfast, whatever she might be able to find. You find her track down what appears to be some jerky of some kind, like a travel ration, and she just starts going to town on that, like just gnawing into this little leather satchel full of jerky.
Help yourself, I suppose.
The little freak has a nose like a truffle pig. My God! I mean that endearingly. I hope you know. We can make money off of them. I'm certain of it. But let them grow up.
Speaking of money, there was quite a lot here, actually. There was just about 300 gold in total between all of this, and I kind of pushed the pile together. I don't know how much of it was Ashlyn's, though, so I feel like we should probably ask her before divvying that to you.
Those greedy little shit arrow goblin shooting bastard fucking look at all that money!
How much are we wanting to leave for the for Tiny Hands group?
Right.
I figure we can probably leave at least most of the silver and copper, and perhaps maybe another 30 gold.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Perhaps maybe 20 gold.
There you go.
Oh, that sounds like that's real nice of to do.
I think I'm gonna leave this decision to you.
You know what? I think
you're
I am
probably a
too.
bit more well versed.
And just some of the silver and copper. Gold seems like a lot, and plus we don't know how much of it is Ashlyn's.
I don't want to. You know what? I don't even want to hear the number you give to them. But I'm sure it's gonna be fair, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fair. It's gonna be fair. They deserve it. Oh.
Hey, we wouldn't have been able to do this without Tiny Hands. Remember?
Exactly. And even though they rocked my world for a day, it was very nice to meet them. Yeah, give them the money, and I just start walking towards the door. Give them the money. Give them the money.
I see.
Watch out, there's a snare up there.
It's just
Roll me a dexterity
images
saving
in my
throw.
head.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
As soon as he says snares, my body just like goes, no,
Why does
no,
it
no.
sound like Vicarl's taking it up the bum bum? Because he is spiritually by leaving money behind. Yep. Yeah. Nope. So you kind of make your way up towards the entrance of the cave, and as you hear from down below, there's a sling up there. You feel something tighten around your foot, and you just flip upside down and get lifted into the air as the trap springs, and you're left kind of just dangling there. As the trap that Dusty said earlier has officially gone off, and you all look at Vicarl hanging, his head only about 2 inches from the surface of the rock that he is hanging over, because he is that tall, and just kind of drifting upside down. Vicarl has advantage from Kayla.
Well, Xechas, I think I caught a big one.
Well done.
I'm gonna start making my way up there to cut him down.
This is cosmic retribution for something. I'm sure of it. I don't know what I've done recently to deserve this, but I know I've done something. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Get me down from here now!
Dusty, you just go to where you set up the trap and just slice the rope with the dagger you got. Vicarl, you don't fall very far at all. You basically just dunk. Yeah, you do land on kind of the back of your neck and roll onto your ass. It's not a comfortable landing.
Hey! Your trap can pick something up as big as me. This is a reason for celebration. You're so good at what you do.
I'm curious. Now that I've seen that happen, how often have you gotten stuck in my bear traps out there?
I'm kind of like rubbing my ass as I'm standing up. I just stop and stare at you. This isn't the first time.
Just make your way out of the cave.
So.
A little bit of a limp.
As you exit the cave, you see the snow drifts that have blown in overnight have gathered kind of high against the side of the cliffs here. A bit of snow has kind of blown into the entrance, and there's, I'd say, probably a good 30 centimeters or so, about a foot of snow on the ground. It is not looking like it will be easy to get through. And what are you all bringing with you? That's the other decision you have to make.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave pretty much all of the weapons, unless anyone wants to specifically take a weapon like you did with the dagger, I'm gonna leave all of the weapons, all the arrows here. Don't need any of that shit. I'm gonna leave in a pouch, buried, but I'm gonna leave a note where I buried it. I'm just gonna leave a note on the table. Mm-hmm. With 30 gold. Yeah.
Okay.
100 silver
so you
and
take
100 copper.
248 gold with you. Okay, so you're at 248 gold. How much copper and silver did you say you live in?
100 each.
Okay, so you're at 233 and 706. Okay, so you have 706 copper, 232 silver, 248 gold from that entire venture.
Yep.
Plus whatever supplies
Mm-hmm.
you want to bring. Where you guys were talking about turning Vicarl into a horse or something. What's the plan with any of the goods? Or are you leaving all the supplies? The furs in particular look of interest to you, Dusty. That's good money right there.
Yeah, we'll take those.
Would there happen to be a great axe? Are the goblins big enough for one of those?
There actually was. One of the goblins outside would have had one on him, yes.
I'd like to take that.
Yeah, wasn't it the berserker dude, the second in command or whatever?
Yep. Yeah, there was a really big buff goblin that was way more jacked than he should have been. He had a great axe on him. Go ahead and take that. It is
steroid goblin.
It is goblin made. It is not pretty. It's got that very jaggedy edge of like almost corroded rusty steel, but it is a formidable weapon and will probably serve you very well, especially with a little work from your blacksmith friend Xechas.
If you'd like, Vet Coral, I can perhaps replace the handle on that and finish up the head if you'd like. Could be a fun project.
Ooh,
Make it a bit more you know.
absolutely. Do you think? And I go and I just lift up my shirt and just see all upcoming. Just it stops like right before it gets anywhere close to like my chest or my arms. But there's just little, very faint, barely there etchings that look kind of like what Tiny Hands had all over, but they're just barely there. I just kind of show you just a little, and then right back down. Think you could copy something like that?
Oh yes. In fact, I think we could do something with perhaps like a singeing and burning pattern in the handle. That could be very neat.
Sexy.
Already got ideas.
Okay, good. I already feel like a stronger man, more like stronger Goliath. I'm looking off into the woods.
Just thinking of Tiny
Let's
Hands.
go! You wanted me to turn into a thing.
That's up to you
we
guys. I was
could,
just wondering who's bringing what supplies. Because the furs alone, like each of you could carry one. They are too big to fit in your bag of holding. Like it is a large bundle of furs. It would not fit into the actual
We
opening
could,
of your bag. So
We could sort through it, load what we want to take onto the cart, then maybe clear out those barricades and have Carl turn into something that could pull the cart.
There does seem to be rather a lot of snow. I hope that won't be too much of an issue.
Yeah, it was pretty rough out there. Otherwise, we stuff whatever we can in your bag, and just leave the rest.
Yes, I still have a fair amount of room in there.
Those the furs have to can't be giving up good fur.
No.
I'm thinking with the snow, there's one animal I can think of. I watched them jump up a mountainside once. It was quite fabulous. One sec, if I can remember exactly. I just gotta get down on all fours, and then I just go, huh? Maybe? Yes! Yeah. Mwah, 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 and I just start to like sprout hair. Actual horns come out of my head as I turn into a giant goat.
okay, just a big old mountain goat.
With a strength of 17. Fucking goats are strong bitches.
Oh yeah, no shit, dude. Yeah, I mean they climb all day and ram their faces into each other. Definitely strong.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
I hate that.
Well, that will definitely work.
Oh,
That is.
what? Fuck.
It's dying. He turned into a dying goat. Bah.
If you want to do a really good goat sound, you can go bah, or if you stick out your tongue, bah, bah.
Bah, bah.
I love
It
it.
helps.
I love it. 10 out of 10. Yeah, you do. It is not like the biggest carriage or wagon you've ever seen. It is probably like it is a one animal cart that you could probably carry out of here fairly easily as a goat. It is going to be a little slow going because of the snow, but it is doable. It's not impossible. There is a more or less wagon trail that they've been bringing all these goods and supplies back here on that has kind of been utilized over the while. So it's not like it's overgrown or anything. It's just the snow to deal with. So you guys get loaded up. What are you all bringing exactly?
Yeah, so the furs.
The furs is a must. Okay.
And what else is there even?
There's the wine. There's sacks of flour.
Yes, the wine.
You could bring those too. Honestly, it's mostly that and weapons and other trade goods. The furs themselves would probably be the main thing taking up the bulk of the room too.
If there's
The
any
parts-
like
is the part
construction supplies,
That too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. There
like
is a bit
building
of
materials.
Yep, there is a bit of scrap wood that has kind of been looked like it was hauled or being hauled somewhere to do some construction along with some of the other goods here. It's not a whole lot, but it's enough to fill up the rest of your wagon. So we'll say you have all the furs, some flour, the barrel of cheap wine, and the construction supplies all loaded up in there. Easily done. You kind of get Goat Carl, hitched up to the wagon, kind of turned around. The barricades are easy enough to kind of pull and move out of the way without much trouble. And then you kind of get the sense you might have to give him a push up the kind of ramp that leads out of the thing here. But roll me a, I guess, athletics or just straight strength for the goat, I'm assuming.
I have this. Does this apply? Oh.
No, because nothing's going to knock you prone.
Gotcha. But not bad with a 21.
21, easily. You guys kind of give him a little bit of a shove up the start of the ramp, and then the goat just like locks into power mode, goat power 1, and just kind of starts cruising slowly up the ramp, just at a steady but slow pace until eventually you make your way out the entrance of the cave and break out into the snow. The kind of your hooves kind of finding just a little bit of grip as it sinks into the deeper snow, but it's kind of hard, compact, and crunchy. It is frigidly cold out, so everyone who is not a goat will likely have to deal with that. It depends on you guys. Who is, at this point, it's mostly just making your way down the wagon trail and deciding where we want to go. So, how are we doing that? How does Carl the goat work this wagon down a snowy trail for me? And do you guys do anything to assist along the way to make the journey a little easier?
Yeah,
what's up, Schism?
Long strider on goat coral.
Ooh.
Okay, help with the movement just a little bit.
Yep.
I'm gonna. Good.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals so I can communicate with them.
Nice.
Okay. Easily done. You cast your spell and begin communicating with Goat Carl. Meanwhile, Xechas, you kind of put your hand just on the haunch for a second, casting Long Strider. And Goat Carl, you feel your pace quicken ever so slightly. You're able to kind of gain a little extra grip in the snow and just kind of maintain a bit more of a steady pace than you were before. Altogether, what took you about an hour and a half on foot to get here from your house, now with the wagon kind of slowly moving through the about a foot deep snow, it takes you probably about a good 2 or 3 hours. So I need a Constitution saving throw for the 2 non-goats in the party. Carl, can you stay B-shaped enough to make that whole journey as well?
2 hours I can go.
Okay, so we might be doing some winter camping, but you guys go ahead and roll con saves.
If it helps at all, if there's like any particularly icy patches or like just a large chunk of ice, I'll firebolt it out of existence.
Sure. Okay, so we'll say only 2.5 hours.
Nice.
So you can get back to the main road, I would say, before Carl has run out of his transformations. But you two, for the 2 hours travel in the frigid cold, even with your winter clothes, I will say your con saves are at advantage because you bought the winter clothes. Or you own the winter clothes, I guess. We started the campaign with them. Oof. At least it wasn't a 9. It's an improvement.
True.
Oof.
At least it wasn't an.
Oof. Okay. Dusty, you feel the cold kind of begin to bite through the fur finally as it begins to just get in the nooks and crannies of your clothes. You bundle up a little tighter, pull the hood up on just a little further on your jacket, and just kind of scrunch up, sitting in the driver's seat behind Carl as he just trudges his way through the snow. And then behind you, you hear the chattering teeth of Xechas as he is just in his leather jacket with fur trim around it. It is insulated and it is warm, but he is freezing frigid cold. Xechas, you take 1 point of exhaustion just from dealing with these extreme sub-zero temperatures. The snow kind of still blows off the trees every now and again as you kind of pass them, kind of having to shield your face from it. Overall, it is not a comfortable way to travel at all. But you are making your way, and by the 2 hour point you see the main road where you turned off, just ahead a little bit further towards your house than where you would have initially been ambushed. And then as you're kind of walking along, Vite Carl, you feel one of your shoulders just kind of begin to pop back into place as it normally would, and you're like, oh shit, oh shit.
I kind of goat scream, and then I stiffen up, fall into a snowbank, and then pop out as Viscoach. Okay, 2 hours about. Seems like the max for that. I think that was called a goat. I'm gonna call him Choate. Y'all just met Choate the goat.
Oh, all right.
You did great job.
Look at you! I go right over to you.
Vite Carl has gone from that like grayish complexion to like an actual like shade of blue. Like you can see the frost beginning to form on his skin a little bit. Xechas, sorry.
And same kind of like I got frosted eyebrows already, and I'm just good, but I don't seem to give a shit. I'm just right over to you, and I'm just, I just envelop you.
I'll,
you get frostbite.
Get into the group hug with Vite Carl, immediately feeling the warm kind of sensation. You do notice the overwhelming scent of goat. Like it is present, it is palpable, and it is pungent.
No, I'm not breathing.
That's true.
I'm gonna clear out an area and get a fire started, I think.
I think that's a good idea. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Poor little tinker toy. God, he's gonna freeze to death.
Roll
Isn't
me.
it like
Go ahead.
10 or 11. We've only been traveling for 2 hours and we left in the morning.
Vite Carl has no more transformations of B shape at the moment, but I do believe that is a short rest fix away. So, as you're kind of freezing to death, nestled in the warm embrace of Vite Carl, Dusty goes over and kind of finds a sheltered spot between two rocks that are just big enough to kind of break up the wind, so you guys can get a little bit of shelter. You kind of have to leave the carriage where it is at this point, but you clear an area flat enough that you can build a decent fire in the shelter around these rocks, and roll me a survival check to try to get a fire going in the winter time. That is not an easy feat. When was Ryan shapeshift? Does he poop while he's walking? Sometimes. I think he prefers to poop as an animal. Yes, you can.
15 total if it's still woods.
I wait.
Okay. We'll say we're like on the edge, so we're woods adjacent enough that I'm down with that. You kind of clear a spot between these rocks, gather what wood you can manage to find, put it together in whatever way you think will hold the best flame, and you start trying to flint and tinder it yourself until Xechas just from under you see a single pale finger come out from under Vite Carl's coat and just
Whoa!
This tiny little bolt of flame just all of the wood you've gathered just bursts into flame right before you, and you feel just an immediate warmth kick up off the fire.
All right, let's get you over there and just sit on down.
Yes. Thank you.
You guys are lucky.
Little buddy.
Okay. You still have a point of exhaustion, but you're now not at
yeah.
risk of taking more for the time being.
My snotsicles start melting.
Yep, you guys all kind of snuggle up by the fire as warm and toasty as you can. It's up to you guys. Take just a short rest, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
What's up, Frog Toys? Welcome in.
Hey, Frog.
Okay, so everyone go ahead and hit the short rest button if you want. You partake in whatever rations you like. Get cozy by the fire, kind of having to go shoulder to shoulder with each other near the rocks that kind of shelter you from the wind. And after your short rest, you're ready to get back on the road. What is the plan? Are you going to town? Are you heading back to your house? What would you like to do?
Probably just home, right?
Drop off the things at home. I think that'd be a good idea.
I'm going to light a torch and take it with me this time.
Good idea.
Fair
good
enough.
Idea.
In fact, I'm going to light 2 torches. Yep.
Okay.
Just hold one down closer to your feet.
You said you're going to the house, right? So it's not that far.
Yeah.
From here, you gather it's probably less than an hour with the wagon. The road is also snowed over, but it's also already seen some carriages go over in the past few hours since the storm, so you can already see a little bit of the ruts forming and melting into the snow. So are we going back to goat form?
Yes.
Okay.
Giant goat. And boop.
Goat
Shoot the
Carl
goat.
returns once more, and you
Shoot Carl.
Chote Carl returns once more, and you get the harnesses all reattached. Resume your position on the cart, and make your way back to the mansion of your former ally. Oh, I need to paint the snow on this one. My bad.
Ah!
Or did I? No, I did not. I need to do the snow.
I'm gonna
My bad.
activate my armor so I
I
can
also
move
need
it
to,
quicker.
I also need to fix the door because it's still caved in. I will fix that.
We just
before.
never fixed it.
You just left it there every time. So after about 45 minutes or so, with the goat trudging through the snow, you arrive at your home, the mansion of your former master or your former ally. You maneuver the carriage into the front gates, kind of parking it in front of the house where there is room just inside the gates. And Vicarl or Chote Carl, you can stay a goat if you want or return to human form, but you have returned all of your goods to your home. You see a little bit of faint firelight coming in through the windows that you can see. It looks like the home is in good shape and the fires are all lit.
For like the last 5-10 minutes of goat form, as soon as I get unhitched from the cart, I just go straight over to the biggest tree I can find and just charge it.
Okay.
So 5-10 minutes of just
Roll me a ram attack. Goods. Glory. Ram.
And where's my ram? Charge. No, that's charge. Fuck.
No. That's also charge.
Ram. No.
There we go. It's a tree.
Damn.
You hit it. You just
Yeah,
ram
go.
forward and gunk into this tree right here.
I've never been a goat before.
it?
Yes,
Okay.
that tree.
Yep.
I've never been
You
a
ram
goat, so I'm
you
practicing.
ram full speed into the tree that Ashlyn buried her husband over and crack it right up the side where your horns hit, just kind of splintering up a little bit, about 2 feet from where you made impact, and you see just kind of this small spider web of cracks in the wood. You didn't destroy the tree, but you severely damaged it. Lucky for you, it was mostly already dead.
Ah, wow! Whoa! Okay,
Why
that's
are
kind
we
of what they're.
assaulting our tree?
Oh,
What are we
sorry.
doing here?
I needed target practice. I've never been a goat before, so I just needed to see how they can. They run really fast in little short bursts, and their horns are sharp and strong. I think I'm gonna make that into
too.
a thing.
Fair enough.
That's like the one tree we even have in our yard. What the
What?
fuck? There's 80 of them over there. And he points towards the woods on the
Points to
other
the
side.
Festerwood forest, which spans from about 30 feet from your house to like several hundred kilometers towards the mouth of Voros.
There's a tree or two in it.
yeah.
Don't worry. I'm a druid. I can fix it. Oh,
I'm going to go inside and warm up.
yes.
That's
Absolutely.
fair.
Get by a fire.
We should probably let Ashlyn know that we got the goods and that the goblins are no longer with us.
Right. They'll be happy to see and hear us again. I wonder how happy. I want to go with you when you tell them.
Fair enough. Start making my way into the house.
You open the door, very familiar creaking sound, and you walk in to find the house starkly different than when you left it. The books and clutter on the table have been neatly stacked into piles, still on the table, but just arranged so there's room to eat and lay out just different papers and maps on the table now and actually, have it function as a proper table. for all of you. The dust that kind of lingered in all the corners of the room along with the cobwebs has been dusted and cleaned. The floors have been polished and shined, and the house is looking immaculate compared to how you left it. And you can kind of hear in the lab, Xechas, the sound of just a broom kind of just shuffling against the hardwood floor behind the doors.
Well, that's where I'm headed, so I'm going kind of just knock first and then creak the door open.
You creak the door open to your lab and you find Ashlyn there just already has been tidying up. You notice she's been very careful not to touch any of like the experiments or any of the tools or anything on the tables themselves, but the windows have been polished to allow in like more light so you can see a little better. The floors have been swept, the shelves have been dusted, but she has left the bulk of your work untouched.
Wow, this is amazing. Thank you for doing such a great job with this.
Well, it's the least I can do. How to have such... You made it back, so I can only assume things went good, right?
Swimmingly.
As Xechas is still shivering, yes, actually,
Oh,
far better than we anticipated. Just give me one moment, and I'm gonna go around and immediately light the forge.
roars to a start. You just... you all, everyone
so
who's
cool.
in there with Xechas sees the ice beginning to just melt off of his jacket. His hair, which was kind of matted and frozen, is also beginning to melt. And he kind of watches Xechas like thaws himself out a little bit before the light forge of his fire.
Oh god, that's nice.
Ashlyn's like,
yes, we
go ahead.
we recovered just a ton of stuff from in there. Probably all of what was taken from you and then some.
Oh, I can only thank you for doing that for me. I couldn't have done it myself. That being said, she kind of points. What do you think? Not so bad.
My gods, it's great in here.
All your rooms are done up too. The holes in the roof are fixed. Yeah, I was working in the stables. I'm kind of trying to make that a little more winter friendly in case we get some animals in here, but welcome home.
Yeah, it looks good. As for the stables, he's gonna put the pack down as she comes out about, probably at this point, half, if not 3/4 of Dusty's size.
Yep. At this point, it's like a large, maybe about the size of like a pit bull, about that size.
She's technically a medium creature.
Yeah.
She's big enough to be a medium creature.
A small medium creature. We'll say like a pit bull size thing.
Like a juvenile Komodo dragon.
A
She's
venti
fucking-
dragon.
Larger than what she was. Is
Yep.
what the issue.
She sees Violet. Oh my, you've grown. Good thing I was working
Yes.
in the stables then.
It's like an everyday thing.
Is that where
Every
she'll...
day she's fucking bigger.
Well, I mean, she's a dragon. Can imagine she's gonna get a lot bigger than that. That being
Yeah.
said, I've already begun the work on the barn for her, like you said. I took out some of the stalls. There's one stall still in the corner, just in case we have any, horses or animals we need to keep in there. Hopefully she doesn't eat them. But other than that, there's a lot more room for her to move around now. Would she eat them? Do we just need to build a whole new stable?
Huh.
Probably.
I
Well,
could
She looks over
probably
to
get
Violet.
her
And she's
to
like,
be-
Violet, would you eat them? And she goes to like nuzzle Violet's chin a little. And if a dragon could have a shit-eating grin on its face, you would gather that's very much what Violet is like. Yeah.
I have an idea.
We could work on it, but it's probably safer to make a new one.
I have an idea. We can test this out. I'm animals. I clap my hands, and as I pull them apart, they turn into hooves, and I just start to, and I
Like
turn
the
into a
Emperor's New
tiny
Groove?
little miniature horse, just a little smaller than like a medium-sized horse, just kind of horse. And I go, nay. And I walk over to the stable, and I kind of go,
Violet, like, kind of nuzzles up on your cheek. Questioningly.
Don't eat that.
I'm like
Maybe.
shaking my ass as I'm walking towards the stable. Just
That's not edible. Not edible. That's Uncle Vicarl. You can't eat Uncle Vicarl.
you just see him go into the stable for about 5 minutes, and then you just hear, "All right, I guess that didn't work. Okay, sure. Good job, Violet. Your control, your self-control. It's amazing. Kind of hoping they'd eat me. Isn't that weird?
Reminds me of Madagascar when Alex has the dream of eating meat and wakes up with Alex or with Marty's ass in his mouth.
Yeah, literally. Exactly that. No, Violet seems at this point has seen you transform enough times that, you know.
All right.
Maybe if she's like really hungry, she did eat all morning. She's been good.
You know, Xechas, I was thinking, for when she gets bigger, it'd be a long-standing project because it would take quite a bit of effort, I'd imagine. If we could connect like a tunnel from our underground to maybe like a cave we mold out somehow. As I said, long project, but if we can make an entrance in the side of the cliff, could make for a pretty good hole for her to hide in when she's larger. Just fly into the side, kind of.
It's not a terrible idea, and most tales I've heard of dragons, they have some sort of layer that sounds like a cave, so
It just,
perhaps you would
I
like
feel
it.
like it'd be more concealed, you know?
Not a bad
Less
idea.
obvious
There
that
is
we have a
also-
dragon.
We could also, dig something out underneath our property.
True. We'd still have to find like a way for her to enter.
It's a great idea.
I guess she
though.
could just climb down into a hole.
DM, our property is kind of on next to a cliffside, is it not?
Yeah, no, you're
Or is it
the,
kind of
like,
just- okay.
like, yeah, no, the cliff's literally like 20
Oh.
feet from your fence. Yeah, no, the ocean is right there. That is the fuck shit. What did I name the bay?
That's more
Rook's Bay.
then, okay.
That's Rook's Bay.
Perhaps yes, that could be a good idea.
Then we could have the stable back as well. It would help with that.
That is-
Yeah, that would have been, yeah, that's a good idea. That would have been great to, come up with before I spent all day
No,
fixing the stable.
Well-
the stable is.
No, it's
the
fine.
stable's
It's
probably
fine. It's
a
fine.
good
It's fine.
intermediary. Well,
That's
we dig out
fine.
the-
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It would
Don't-
take months to dig.
Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna go make supper, unless you guys have already eaten too. She just kind of cocks her head to the side and begins making her way to the door.
Thinks
Don't
about
tell
the
her
crunch of
vegetable
carrots.
water.
At this point, you gather she's just sassing you for the sake of it. At this point, it's just gentle, good-natured ribbing.
I like her. She doesn't let us. She doesn't take the piss. It's great. She's fantastic. 4th member. 4.5.
She hears you, and she's like, "Hey,
What?
cut that shit out.
Okay.
Employee, not
Right.
member."
Yes, you haven't bought into the whole thing yet.
She kind of like comes back out of the kitchen real quick in a hurry. She walks over to the table, grabs a sealed envelope, and walks it in and just holds it out for one of you to grab. Whoever's closest to her.
Thank you.
Okay. You grab it, and it's just a sealed, folded piece of paper. Not even an envelope, technically. But it does have a very familiar wax seal on it. It is the sigil of the TTC, the Trudge Hill Trading Co. It is a official sealed document. And on
I see
the
the
outside of it
symbol, I
says,
just-
to the resident of the Morderas estate.
And I'll take it after he drops it.
Thank you.
Crack it open and give it a read.
Okay, you crack it. It's a decently long letter. And it says, to whom it may concern, it has been brought to the attention of the TTC that you are now owning and operating a business which contracts adventurers from the local populace. Unfortunately, you are doing so without an official license from the TTC for freelance work. If you wish to continue your operations and avoid further fines, please make your way to Fort Mistmere at your earliest convenience, see the agents at the TTC Representation House, and pay the small fine of 100 gold pieces you have accrued for unlicensed work under the TTC properties.
At 100 gold pieces, Vicro just hits the floor, like literally faints.
Sincerely, Thanis Duster, Mayor of Fort Mistmere.
Oh, good.
What are they talking about?
You good?
Yeah, fire truck.
Another one?
No, it's not pulling in here.
Bruh. we had an apartment. Yeah, we had an apartment fire like a week ago. not us.
Mishap.
Downstairs neighbors.
Firebugs.
Second time. Anyway, what were you guys doing?
Oh, good. Well, perhaps we
How
can talk
much
to
gold
Governor
was
and
that?
get
That
this
was
sorted.
100.
Are they referring to us having Tiny Hands help us? Is that what I'm getting here? Because
I'm
I
assuming
feel like we
it's
haven't
along
done
the
any
lines of that.
contracted work.
Maybe
To be
Tiny
fair, we didn't
Hands
pay
or
them.
Very off the books.
maybe Ashlyn. Maybe they're counting both of them. 100
Maybe.
gold.
Well, we
100
should
gold
clear this up.
farmer.
We'll go talk to the governor first about it, and then see if he can clear anything up. If not, then we'll go talk.
We're
to
not paying that
this
fine, right?
fellow. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Oh God. Okay.
Just
I haven't
thanks to
had
myself
this much money before. I don't like the idea of losing it because of the red
Oh.
tape.
Speaking of money, I'm gonna pull out a big sack from my bag of holding, and I'm gonna count out 100 gold for each of you from it. This is from the cave, from the goblins.
God, I like being friends with you too. Holy shit.
I will say, if they're going to be expecting a large sum like that consistently, we're going to need more work.
No,
If they-
the way that's a fine. That's not the fee for the business or for the license. That's us operating illegally so far,
And-
which we should clear up as soon as possible.
Right. They want us to pay more than that again after they did say more fines, bigger fines. No, absolutely not. We need to get this cleared up right away.
I guess
You hear
we're
from the
taking a trip.
kitchen. You hear from the kitchen. Did you say fine?
Yes, dear, we did. 100 gold.
Makes her way out with just a tray of cheese, bread, and what looks like a just small pot of a much tastier looking stew than the one that Dusty prepared for you in the cave, and puts it down on the table. What's this
Thanks
about a
for the water.
fine?
Apparently, we've been operating an illegal adventurer's business, or something along those lines.
Yeah, well, they do get a little antsy about people, stepping on their business and stuff. They like their cut. Hopefully it's not too bad. I'm sorry, I should have, I didn't think it would be an issue, you helping me. I should have let you know.
No, I don't think this is about you. I think this is more about all our other exploits.
Well,
And it specifically mentioned adventurers, and you're a carpenter, so...
I take it you were successful in the cave. Did you find anything of mine?
What all was it that had been taken from you? You found a lot of stuff, yes.
Oh, well, my husband and I had saved about 25 gold before we left. And
Definitely we got that.
they took his father's ring.
Ah! And I will, out of my little component pouch, take out all the rings that I found. Are any of these them?
She kind of looks through them and immediately picks this like simplest one out without any kind of jewel inlay or whatsoever. At most, maybe worth a couple gold, barely a dent in the rest. She says, "This is it.
Oh, good.
Honestly, keep the gold. I'll just take this. You guys pay me enough anyway." Thank you.
Are you sure? It's not a problem.
Well, if you guys are gonna keep racking up fines, it sounds like you're gonna need it. And she slips the ring into her pocket. She puts her hand on your cheek, Vite Carl. Don't worry, dear. It'll be okay.
It's just the word.
Oh, you're struggling with that one. Maybe some stew and bread will help.
Vegetable water, yay!
It actually tastes like food. It is delicious. You've grown quite fond of Ashland's stew by this point. And as the three of
I just
you,
look at Dusty and I go,
I look to Vite Carl as he's doing this. I look over to Ashlyn. Look back to Vite Carl. I don't think I'm hungry.
are you sure? It's your favorite.
more for me!
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Well, you may have come back from the Goblin Cave with my money, but you seem to have forgot your manners. She just goes right back into the kitchen to tidy up. And as you guys enjoy your
I go
stew,
to my room and I just eat a ration on my bed. Sadly.
just legs crossed. As you're sitting there chomping it, you feel Violet jump onto the foot of the bed and kind of come up to you and nuzzle at the ration, like. And as you kind of look down at her, she goes to snatch a bite of it real quick.
Go ask for some damn stew.
She climbs off the bed, seemingly having understood you, and goes over to the door you close behind you and begins pawing at it, trying to get it
I
open.
open the door.
She bolts outside and jumps onto the table, and you watch as Violet just goes over
Violet!
to this pot of stew and dips her face into it and just starts spattering stew everywhere onto the table, onto the books and documents, onto the letter you're still holding in your hands. And as this chaos unfolds and the amethyst dragon spatters your food everywhere, that is where we will take our break for today. We're like 2 hours in and we haven't had a piss break yet. This was supposed to be like a bullshit nothing, just do stuff session, and instead we've made hilarity. Anyway, guys, we will be back in about 10 minutes here. Don't go nowhere. We won't be long. We love you guys, and we will be back in just a jiffy. In the meantime, we're gonna run an ad, get Big Daddy Bezos off our backs. If you gotta go take a pee, get your drinks, do whatever you gotta do. Now's the chance, and we'll see you soon. Bye. We're back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cauldron Chronicles, and it is session 10 of the Miss Amount Voros. I appreciate you guys for hanging out so far. It is already 9 o'clock. We went long without our break. Usually we go at like the hour and a half mark, but we were really having fun, so we just sent it. Welcome back. Thank you, Frog Toys. I appreciate you. Hi, Stuart. Everyone, hi. Say hi to the kidums. What a sweet little angel boy. We need to get him a sling too, dude.
I know, right?
He's the happiest boy. Oh my god. All right, we're clipping that. All right, moving on. Stuart, you're stealing the spotlight, dude. Go away. Go away. Go away. He's not going away. What's up, Cletus? How's it going? All right. So, when last we left off, the party had returned to their home, had a brief conversation with Ashlyn, were served some stew, which Dusty refused, choosing instead to eat rations in his room alone, which his dragon was not so keen on doing, thus abandoning you and making a mess of the stew. You were also given a letter stating that you had, inadvertently perhaps, operated your own mercenary business in the middle of Fort Mismere, a TTC, Trudge Hill Trading Co. property. A certain level of dues were due to the company before such things happened. Licensing, you know, the necessary procedures. You've been summoned to town to pay a small fine of 100 gold pieces and perhaps right the wrongs that you have done in the eyes of the TTC and establish yourselves as a proper adventuring and mercenary company. We'll jump past the stew eating party if we'd like. Everyone can kind of rest for the day and reconvene. Is there anything anyone would like to do in their free time before they decide to make their way to town? Yes, Dusty.
I think when at a point when the kitchen is clear, Dusty goes and sneaks a bowl of stew.
Okay, roll me a stealth check. Roll me a stealth check, you sneaky, sneaky boy.
Want to cast alarm on the stew?
No. You sneak out of your room. You look around. Yeah, Violet is asleep on top of the stack of books in the middle of the table, quite full looking. She's just like coiled, full food coma mode. The stew is still sitting on the table. Most of it has been smeared and spattered around, but there's still a sizable amount in the thing in an empty bowl with a spoon next to it. You kind of sneak over. Sneaky. And you grab the bowl. You look at the pot, realize it's better to just take the whole pot. You just take the pot back to your room without making a single sound. And you bring a spoon with you, grab a bite, and you realize this is, yes, far superior to the stew you provided your company in the Goblin Cave, and it is good. It has a nice little bit of like a kick of spice to it, maybe a little dill. The chunks of potatoes are perfectly cooked and delicious, and there's just cubed up beef that has been seared to perfection and melts right in the mouth.
That's all your stew was missing was potatoes. That's all you were missing.
No taters, precious.
What?
Taters didn't come through. It just said what.
Nope, that's all I said. That was me.
Oh, love that. All right.
What?
Anyone else? Dusty's sneaking some stew.
Yes, I would like to long rest off my point of exhaustion.
Sounds good. So we're resting for the
4
whole
hours.
evening. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
I'm out in the yard.
didn't we
swinging
already
great
take a long
great
rest when I got home? Yeah, I don't have a point of exhaustion anymore. Never mind.
No, you short rested at the campfire.
No, when we got home, didn't we?
That hasn't happened.
Oh no, we haven't rested yet.
Yeah, there.
Right.
How much weed did you smoke on the break?
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
I just thought we did.
Got that good.
I mean,
No, yeah.
we are long resting. I was just, if anyone wanted to spend the rest of their day doing business or free time stuff, I was given the opportunity for that. But fight Carl.
Xechas is in a blanket burrito.
Yeah, Xechas is just thawing by the forge. He's basically just like pulled a chair over and is bundled up, sitting, staring into the fire. Bye, Carl.
And a book to read.
I'm just out in the yard swinging an axe. I'm not wearing my my nice white fuzzies or anything like that. I've just got it's like a waif, not a muscles tank, not the other term.
A woman respecter.
Woman respecter.
Woman respecter, yes. Okay, so just a straight up like undershirt, your normal pants on that you normally wear, and you're just finding trees to hack down.
I'm just swinging shadow boxing. I'm just like, yeah, just swinging, just getting a feel of the thing. I've never used one before.
Okay, roll me a melee attack at disadvantage.
What?
As you just kind of stand in the open and try to swing the axe and get a comfort for it. You're not used to using these kind of weapons, but a 13 is pretty decent. Shame to waste a natural 20. But as you begin kind of feeling the way the weight of the axe swings, you realize that not only is this well within your capability to use, you managed to swing it with relative ease. You need probably some more practice to effectively use it in combat, but you're definitely starting to get a feel for it after that.
Near the end of the swings, I'm just it's a lot of, aha, yes, all right. But then by the end of it, I'm saying the same shit and just in giant. So it's a lot of just like.
All right.
I don't know.
You guys hear these like ungodly sounds coming from the field outside your house. Dusty.
After I sneak the pot back into place, wipe my mouth off, I would string up that bow, and then I would probably go shoot.
We're hitting the practice range. Okay.
Yeah, he's got to familiarize himself with.
Have you ever shot a
methods.
longbow before?
I imagine when he was younger, he used like a short bow.
Okay.
But
so
not,
go ahead,
not a longbow yet.
Roll me a ranged attack at disadvantage, please. And what's your strength, by the way?
8.
Okay. Lucky there is no strength requirement for longbows anymore. A 10. Okay. You fired guns, short bows, crossbows, but this is your first time using a proper, well-made, full-sized longbow. You string it up. Even that is a chore into itself. It is not an easy feat, but you manage to get it strung up. You make your way to the range with just a bushel of arrows that you have kind of together. Kind of just stick them in the ground at your feet. Knock one onto the string, stand up straight, try to pull the string back as you do, and you feel all of the muscles in your shoulders and arms just tensing as you try to get it all the way back to full draw with a kind of anchor point right by your ear. You get it to about halfway, and your hand is just not able to hold it anymore, and the arrow just kind of flutters off over the wall and into the fields beyond your home.
Well, shit. You'd probably spend almost till like dusk just practicing.
Just roll me a straight up Constitution saving throw then. This is an endurance trial on your body. You are training yourself to shoot a longbow for the first time. Okay. You keep going, and every time you pull the string back, it feels like it's just getting a little closer. And as the last little bit of golden sunlight kind of fades away beyond the horizon, you feel the bow come back to full draw, and as you let the arrow go, it blasts through one of the wooden targets at the end of the field, kind of shattering some wood against the wall behind it, sinking well past the arrow tip into the wall.
Son of a bitch. All right. Well, we're getting there.
Ooh, that was high. I was not expecting it to be that high. You take 4 points of damage just as the bowstring blisters into your fingers. Your muscles get sore, you tense up, and you just put your body through hell using that. Those things hurt. I've shot one. It's not easy. It fucking sucks. Don't ever want to do it again. But your hand is just bleeding by the time you finish this. But you have successfully, more or less, trained yourself to use a longbow. Well, retrained yourself.
IRL, I still have the bow, but it used to be like a full 150-pound draw.
Oh.
That motherfucker. I used to shoot that shit when I was first learning to shoot.
Oof.
I didn't know about the whole wrist and how to hold it properly. Oh, snap right onto the
Oh yeah, you'll
wrist
feel
console.
that one too. Yeah, definitely
Good
get a little
times.
bit of string burn shooting it too.
I used to teach archery at Bible camp. I used to
That shit was not fun.
I love archery. So fun.
He's probably got like a bald patch on his fucking wrist.
Xechas in particular, while you're just sitting by the forge trying to rest after Vite Carl has gone off training, you're basically hearing out one window just the sounds of Vite Carl training in giant in the field, and then behind you in the archery range is the steady sound of wood gently creaking, and then the sound of a twang of bowstring, and an arrow just hitting somewhere on a stone wall and clanging to the ground.
And occasionally, fuck!
Yeah, and that continues for the duration of your rest. Until eventually everyone has to settle in for the evening and get themselves cozy. Dusty, your entire body hurts. Vite Carl, so does yours. You're not used to swinging around an axe that big, but as you kind of lean the axe on the wall next to your bed and get yourself comfortable in your furs again, making yourself ready for sleep, you all find your evening's rest. The Zappa.
Did I manage to get 4 hours of peace in while they were training?
Peace adjacent, yeah, we'll say.
Okay. So I
like,
can't have
about
rested off that.
Yeah, about 2 hours after they come in, you finish your long rest when they're just kind of starting theirs.
Sweet. I'm gonna stay up all night and do things then.
Okay, that's fine.
One thing in particular.
What are you doing? Everyone else is getting ready for bed, so.
I'll try. I want to try and catch a Vite Coral before he goes to bed. Vite Coral, would it be all right if I had a look at that axe tonight? See, possibly if I could.
Please do. I've become very enamored with this thing. I feel like I'm myself with this. It's great. Please, whatever you can do. And oh yeah, I lift up my shirt again. That's kind of that vibe I'm looking for mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's gonna have like a good look for like 15 seconds. Yes, I think I can do that.
No.
Oh, also, can I measure your hands?
Sure.
At this perfect segue, as you hold your hands out, and you look at the handle of the axe, you notice there's just a decent amount of blood kind of stained into the leather wrap around the handle. And as Vite Carl holds out his hands to you, there's just blisters across kind of the inside part right here.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Here, perhaps this will help.
You take 2 points of damage, by the way, Vite Carl.
On your hands.
Okay, fair enough.
Just
you heal 10
down.
points.
Oh my.
Yep.
There you go.
Looks like that'll do.
I'm
that's
not
so that I can get the size of the handle right.
right. I'm not used to working with my hands. It's usually with my excessive charisma.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alright, this thing is a bit rough. I'll smooth it up for you.
Right. It feels more like me than I've been in a long time, so this means a lot. Thank you. I owe you one big time.
It's alright. Been looking forward to doing this, to be honest.
You're a strange little fellow, and I just love you for it. I promise you I will pay you back, even if you don't want me to. I'll do something. I'm gonna do something to you. I swear to God, I'm walking into my room.
Okay, good night. Good night, bye, Carl.
Thank you! Good night, my dear Tinker Toy! Ha-ha!
Okay, you are left alone in the cold evening with this axe. You make your way to your workshop. What is it you are trying to do?
Well, I have a plan to make him a handle for it, a whole brand new handle, but I want to get help for that because I'm not the greatest with wood. But I do want to start kind of not like completely redoing the head, but like just maybe adding a bit more flourishes onto it, reforging it to be more even and shapely, obviously sharpening it up.
Okay.
Maybe making it a bit bigger.
Go ahead and roll a blacksmithing tools check.
Okay.
Also using your, I would say, dexterity, because you're just honing and refining a rusty old jagged blade. Nice.
Add 2 to that, by the way.
So 24. So it, right off the bat, you said you leave the handle on too, so it's kind of awkward to maneuver with it.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to work your way around it, but you take it over to your sharpening wheel, your whetstone, and you begin kind of honing the edge of the blade along it. Just that rhythmic sound of the stone grinding against the steel until you get the edge of the axe to about a mirror finish compared to the stark rust that was on there before. It has a nice refined edge. There isn't much you can do to reforge the steel itself at this point. It's not in the best shape, and you gather any attempt to like reheat it and lengthen it out in any way would likely damage its integrity. But the edge
it's
is
more
sharp.
just like a refinish of the surface of it, so that I can do some like custom etching into it for him.
Yep, you do. You polish it up as best you can with whatever tools you have at your disposal between your whetstone, different stones that you use to grind it down. You managed to get the axe to, I would say, what it probably would have been close to when it was first forged. It's still not the greatest steel. There's kind of little chunks missing that never really came together completely, but it is nicer than you think it has been since the day it was forged.
Sweet. I'm also going to take the leather wrap off and rewrap it with
More
Do you have
leathers.
any other
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
enough scrap smithing supplies to handle that.
Okay.
He left you like a full supply of shit. So that I would say leatherworking, which would again just be, I guess,
I'm
tinkerers
not
in this
proficient
case.
in that.
Okay, so just your tinkerer's tools. No proficiency though, so just dex.
Just X, yeah. That's good. I'm just
That's
going to
JT.
use one of the things.
JT's jamming out. Dexterity. Nice. I'm gonna use one of the. Oh, nice. 21. So easily done. You unwrap the leather on it. You're good. You're all good. I used to have their names next to their character, but now it just has their name in game in class, so you don't actually get to see their names anymore. I'll work on that. You undo the leather wrap, which at this point the blood is kind of seeped into it enough. It's not the most pleasant feeling to work with. You find some leather in the supplies that Saul left you, and you cut a strip of it enough, and you re-begin the wrap. The leather you're using is much more supple, much softer on the hands, and you gather is less likely to shred Vikarl's hands to shit and blister them up like the previous wrap had done. And by the time you're done, the axe itself, you even give the handle just a light sanding to kind of just get some of the gunk and grime off of it, improve it to its former splendor. And by the time morning rolls around, you have yourself a fully honed and functional, very unlikely to break axe. You might want to replace the handle sooner than later, but for now.
Yes. Last thing is I'm going to do just a quick sketch of the pattern that he showed me that he has tattooed on him, so that I can have that for when I go see, what's her name, the woodworker.
Roll me an
Emmy.
intelligence save
Go see him.
to redraw the sketch from memory.
God damn, look at me go.
Damn, you're cooking. So you managed to replicate almost identically whatever the design it is looks like on Vikarl. Vikarl, is there anything specific about that you think is important enough to add? Visually, what's that looking like?
Unlike Tiny Hands, which seemed very like compact, every part of it looked like all the space was filled like a sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there was like a half job done. It looks very unfinished. The lines are sparse and spaced out. There's a few runes in there, but they look like they're unfinished.
Okay. So you managed to get the patterns themselves down. Roll me another intelligence check to replicate the runes properly, which is the difficult part because it's in a language you do not speak.
18.
Okay. You gather you have replicated them to the best of your ability.
I do speak Dwarvish, Elvish, and Primordial. That's probably not them, but...
No.
And I'll use a bit of my imagination to fill in the blanks.
Okay.
The parts
Add
that
a
are
little,
missing.
add a little artistic liberty to it.
Not necessarily imagination, but like what I think it would be if it was fully finished,
Okay. Cool.
based off of what's there already. So
As you see the first bit of sunlight kind of creeping over the horizon, lighting up your workshop for the first time. Oh, buddy. You have yourself a fully finished design and a well-refined and honed axe to give back to Vikarl today.
slip that design in my bag of holding. for
Okay.
Safety.
You guys wake up as the sun begins to filter through the window. It's at this point you notice that Ashlyn has removed all of the barricades that were on the windows. All the slats are open, allowing what little sunlight managed to peek through the clouds during the wintertime in Vorosia, just allowing that into your room, waking you up. Violet, as usual, is just kind of cuddled up at the foot of your bed. Vikarl, your furs are just bundled all around you to the point you can't even see.
All right. he's gonna get up and start like wrapping his hands in cloth,
Mm-hmm.
kind of over where like the blisters were.
They're quite
Kind of
sore.
like wrapping, almost like just like around.
Yeah,
one
it's
finger
literally
and
like
around the neck.
These 3 fingers right here are the problem spot. Same with like right there.
And then wraps his wrist
Mhm.
on one side.
Just sore as fuck. Yeah, you know, you took a beating, but it's a valuable skill to have, and it was probably good to practice.
All right. And then he's gonna head out to the kitchen.
Okay. You find Xechas coming out of his workshop at that point, as the day has just begun anew. By Carl, and you join your friends at the table.
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay.
I'm kind of sore body, but I'm all dressed up, ready to go.
Okay. Vicarl emerges from his room and finds you all standing in the hallway around the table.
There's an axe leaning on the table. There's not really any fanfare about it, but yeah, it's there for you to see. Enter.
Oh
Now,
yes, Papa.
It's not done yet. I have big plans actually for the handle, but I need help with it. Definitely. And the actual axe part's mostly done, but once I get this handle off, there's a little bit more that I'm going to do to it, but feels mostly like it should now. And it's a lot sharper, so be careful.
Right, absolutely. I think Xechas's jagged knife. That's what I'll call it. Xechas's jagged knife. That is the name of my great axe. Xechas, I could just, you know what? I'm going to. And I go over and I just give you a big kiss on the forehead. Mwah! Oh, you sweet, beautiful, magical metal man. I love you. I go outside and I'm just giggling the whole way. Just
Can't wait till a bandit pulls a dagger on us or something. He's all like, "I'll stab you with my knife," and you go, "No, this is a knife."
This is a knife.
It's like that. That's an axe.
That's literally not a
An
knife. Anything's a knife if you
What are you
believe.
talking about, man?
Anything's a knife if you believe hard enough, okay?
Xechas's jagged knife. Ha
Okay. What's the plan?
Well, go talk to the governor, probably.
Yeah, I'd rather get it done sooner.
Yes, specifically Governor Hebscorn Miranda, probably just to see if there's anything that he could, do about the fine. God,
Yeah, or any kind of things he can help us speed along with the license.
Yes, that would be nice too.
We shouldn't need a cart or anything, right? We should be able to just head out.
I still would imagine so.
Yeah. Violet, we're gonna be heading out soon.
You kind of gets up off the table or the edge of the bed in the room. You kind of hear her stretch as the amethyst spines on her back kind of clink together as she does so. Then you hear the sound of the feet hitting the ground and then scurrying out of the room to find you. Same deal. Crawls up your back into your backpack.
Is Ashlyn around anywhere?
You haven't seen her yet.
She might still be asleep. I'm just going to leave a note for her.
Okay. What's the note say?
We're going into town. We'll be back tomorrow.
Sounds good. So you just leave that on the table for her. You do hear the sound of someone lightly snoring in the I guess you gave her the master bedroom. So in the master bedroom,
yep.
The door is still closed. So you gather she is just getting a good evening's rest. She did a lot of work on the house while you guys were gone. So you gather she's just resting up a bit. You make your way. I hear you, cat. I hear you scraping on the door. And you guys all make your way out the front door of your estate, out the front gate, and towards the town of Fort Mistmere, walking south along the road as the sun just kind of begins warming up the side of your face. The little bit of snow already beginning to melt. It's already a little bit of a warmer day as you kind of meander down the winding, somewhat snowy road. That is where we will wrap up the session for today, and we'll pick up next week as you all arrive back in Fort Mistmere yet again. This time to perhaps right the wrongs that you committed while here on the TTC turf. We're also calling it now, so you guys have the time to think of the name for your company. I told you to think of it since the beginning of the campaign. Now it's clinch time. You have a week to deliver a name to my Facebook.
Now we're gonna have to deal with the scariest of all evils, legal trouble.
Oh, trade deals. Tariffs on everybody. Wait, what? No, sorry. No.
All right, guys. I was just quick brainstorming here. What if we call it the Trudge Mountain Trading?
The Trudge Mountain instead of the Trudge Hill. You feel like
Just
that would
fucking
lead,
one of them.
you feel like that would lead to some substantial legal troubles.
Copyright infringement.
Oh my god.
Just make it slightly different enough, you know?
Tile Water Trading Incorporated.
Oh my god. You guys are gonna get sued or killed. Oh, it's gonna be
Total
funny.
cock. Tiny cucks.
The Tiny Cucks?
Teensy tiny cucks. Just
no.
different enough.
Just different enough.
You guys made me sad. We have a week. Think of it. Plan it out. Think of what best suits your little
Good.
adventurers alliance here as we potentially recruit more adventurers along our way during these lovely, escapades that we're going on. Be sure to catch us next week for our usual time slot. We will be back playing D&D as per usual. If you want to, swing to the Discord, hang out. We do fun stuff. We chills. We watch movies. We also have a YouTubes where all of our D&D videos go up on the Friday after the Monday. So like this Friday, we'll be able to watch this episode back because it was so entertaining with my lovely players here. I really could not be more grateful to them for joining me on these adventures. And now I would like to pass the floor to our lovable druid Vite Carl to tell us all what he's got going on in the little purple house on the hill.
Nothing
What's the deal?
Too wild. Business as usual. Streaming tomorrow night after work as per usual. Loving life. Doing a lot of the same games. But I'm going to start doing some more horror stuff. I just got drudged today from the lovely True Nags. I have some more horror stuff coming. Screams about...
We're doing horror stuff. That's cool. Alrighty.
Horror with this whore. Hua!
I love that. Horror with horrors. All right, JTB, what do you got? What do you got for the people?
So not a whole lot stream-wise. It's still the same spiel on that.
Oh yeah,
However,
no, I just gotta
I
be
have
nice.
recorded some more music stuff. And now that my voice is coming back, I'm gonna record more while I can. Let's see. And I will be uploading it to both the Purple House Discord and the Apothecary Discord and the music channels where you can listen to that if you want. Mind you, I do all kinds of vocal stuff, so singing to screaming. It's a mixture. You never know what you're gonna get.
Can we get one, JT
But I'll be uploading some. I don't even know if I can currently breathe.
Oh, that's true. Oof.
Attaboy!
There we go. The cough. I'm sorry. You did that for us. That was actually really good. That was really good.
But yeah, you can check those out there if you're into musical stuff. I'll be uploading some of the new stuff, the 2 new ones I recorded, and then older ones.
Sounds good.
Again, because I haven't heard them in a while.
All right, I'm looking forward to hearing them. I missed the vocal streams, so this will do good to tie me over. Till then, Chris, any final words for the people that he needs them to know? Potato. All right. I mean, hey, that really was what was missing. That is all that was missing today. Okay.
Potatoes.
We're gonna raid out on me Aves, who's doing some chatting and screaming. Also, guys, if you have time later, Kayla is gonna be doing her streamiversary tonight. We're gonna be doing some stuff. I was hoping to raid out there, but we ended before she was ready to start. So unfortunately, we're just gonna improvise. We're gonna pass it on to Aves, who is absolutely worthy of all the love in the world. And then eventually we'll just make our way over to Kayla. So go say hi to all my homies. Make sure to love each other. It is obviously a emotional and trying time for the world, so everyone be good to each other, be positive, try to spread a little goodness in the world and leave it better than you left it before you went to sleep that day. We will see you all next week for our next adventure. In the meantime, I have been Rusty. These have been my friends.
Mwah.
And you all have been awesome. I will see you on Wednesday for some retro streams. Bye.